And so the Hebrew school had, the history book was in Yiddish. So we were learning Hebrew and prayers and Yiddish in the Hebrew school because they assumed that that was our second language. And so that, I thought that was unusual. And then for a few years, I went to Hebrew school, came home and ate dinner, and then went to shul in the Bronx. I didn't rebel, it appears. I accepted that for 1 or 2 years, and so that shul was a left-wing shul. It was the most closest one to our home, so that was a shul while I was going to Hebrew school. My bar mitzvah speech was read in Yiddish. It was written by my teacher. You know, now the kids write their own speeches, and but my teacher wrote the speech. It was very florid and learned and long, but I read it in Yiddish. So I'm able to read and write Yiddish. When I was in the army, I wrote postcards to my parents in Yiddish. Being Jewish and the Yiddish language was important to them. Otherwise, I wouldn't, and that was communicated clearly. It was reflected in my sisters all knowing and being interested in it. It reflected in them sending me to shul and Hebrew school at the same time. It reflected in the things they said at the table about the news, about Israel. I remember the emotion that my father, much more than I, when in 1947, when it was Israel was declared, the joy that was reflected. I just remember that clearly. But so being Jewish and Yiddish language was important to them, communicated in various ways.